Well, joining me now is Shana Sissel, founder and chief executive officer of Banríon Capital Management. Shana, welcome to Trading at Noon today. Consumer confidence is slipping and you, I know, see cracks in the labour market. Does that mean that perhaps markets are calling the Fed outlook wrongly?
I don't necessarily think so. I think the markets actually do anticipate that there will be additional rate increases. And I think that that is going to be the case. The Fed is looking at the unemployment rate and inflation, not necessarily the health of the consumer. And that is a lagging indicator as it is. With the repayment of the student loans, there's about 44 million folks that will have to start repaying student loans. And that several surveys have shown that the thing that they will pull back the most on is discretionary spending on goods. So that's why we've seen some downturns in names like Nike. And I think we will continue to see that, seeing downturn in luxury goods as well. With the strikes, with a potential government shutdown, and with the restart of student loan payments, there are headwinds to the economy. However, inflation remains high, unemployment remains low, and those are the mandates to the Fed.
Well, you mentioned the strikes there and the possibility of a government shutdown. How do you assess the risks of those and the possible consequences?
Well, I think the UAW strike is very concerning. Consequent-wise, just in terms of demand for vehicles, we've already had some issues throughout on the supply chain in that respect. They are very far apart. There has been better news with the writers' strike. There's a tentative deal there. I think a government shutdown is a given. How long remains to be seen. We've had some very long ones that didn't have a ton of negative economic impact.
Now, Shana, famously, you are known, of course, as the queen of alternatives. So give us your top pick for an alternative strategy for these challenging market conditions.
Well, right now I really like an ETF called MRSK. It's a great potential opportunity to have downside protection, but still have particularly good upside participation. I think it's a good hedge in a portfolio to kind of complement traditional fixed income and traditional equities. While, we're kind of in an uncertain time here. The market could accelerate from here, or it could continue to go downward. And that is a particular ETF that I think will do okay for you, regardless of which direction the market goes from here.
Okay, Shana, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Shana Sissel, founder and chief executive officer of Banríon Capital Management. It's been great to have you with us.